Good evening and welcome to News 9. I'm Nolan Pinto. Well, we have some big news coming in now. More details emerge on Borewell horror. That's the big news that we're now tracking. More details emerge on the Borewell horror. 6-year-old Timana visited the sugarcane field with his cousin Anand Shri. Timana was trying to show the Borewell to Anand Shri when he slipped. Stamped the gunny bag covering the Borewell and fell into it. Now, Anand Shri caught hold of his left hand but couldn't hold on for too long. In fact, it's the big news that we're now tracking. More details emerge on Borewell horror. 6-year-old Timana visited the sugarcane field with his cousin Anand Shri. He was trying to show the Borewell to Anand Shri when he slipped into it. Now, he stamped the gunny bag covering the Borewell and fell into it. Now, Anand Shri caught hold of his left hand but couldn't hold on for too long. Now, for more on this, I'm joined by my colleague Nabila. Nabila, what more can you tell us about this?
Right, Nolan, it's now come to light. More details have now emerged on the Borewell horror here. That, in fact, where the very 6-year-old innocent Timana, in fact, visited the sugarcane field with his cousin Anand Shri. He was just loitering around, enjoying the vicinity. And, in fact, Timana was really trying to show the Borewell to Anand Shri just before he slipped into it. It is said that Timana, along with Anand Shri, went to the spot so that they could see the Borewell, but unfortunately, they mistook the gunny bag for probably solid land and stepped on the gunny bag, and there you go. He fell right into the Borewell immediately. In fact, just as soon as he fell inside the Borewell, Anand Shri caught hold of Timana's hand, but sadly, Timana couldn't hold on for long, and the hand slipped, and he fell straight 60 feet down, Nolan. A very tragic sequence of events. It seemed like Timana very well knew that there was a Borewell in place, but he just wanted to go loiter around with his cousin to show him the Borewell and to see how deep. I mean, you can't really blame them. They're kids as young as 6 years old, so they were quite inquisitive to see what was inside and probably just do a recce of that, of the Borewell. But it seems like Timana thought that the carpet, the gunny bag that was laid over the Borewell, which was quite careless of authorities definitely around who kept a gunny bag just to cover a Borewell instead of probably keeping it as a danger zone or a no entry zone. They've just covered the place with a gunny bag. So Timana may have confused it for solid land, and he stepped on the gunny bag. And in fact, the color of the gunny bag and the mud is pretty much the same. So he stepped on the gunny bag and he slipped straight inside. And sadly, what is even worse is that Anand Shri, Timana's cousin, even held Timana's hand for quite some time, but he couldn't hold on for too long, Nolan, and he slipped right through. Right now, experts from Hatti Gold Mines have also visited the spot, and right now they are trying to pull out Timana. In fact, around 12 experts have reached the spot to rescue the victim, but in vain so far, Nolan. It's been quite a couple of hours, and we can only imagine the kind of trauma that the little boy is going through inside there.
Now, since you mentioned that the experts from Hatti Gold Mines have come there, in fact from Raichur, do we know how far have they gone regarding the parallel ditch that they've started to dig?
Right, Nolan, how far they've gone to dig the particular Borewell is still not known, but they are putting in all efforts to sort of open up. If you can see the visuals that are flashing on the television screen, if you can see, the Borewell is quite small, so it is quite hard for them to sort of dig through it. I mean, it's quite, we can't ignore the fact that Timana is a really small boy, and if any one of the machines could drill through him, if at all they're not careful. So they're being very careful about it, trying as much as possible not to hurt the boy or harm the boy. They're still not aware if the boy is still, if his hands are moving, or it seems like somehow they've got sight of the hand there, but we're really not sure if the boy is still conscious or not, Nolan. There, that's something that is, if he's really alive or not, is doubtful to say. None of them are able to say that right now because they don't see much movement in the hand, but they seem to have spotted the hand. So it seems like in no time the boy could be pulled out. But let's just hope and cross our fingers that he's safe, Nolan.
Right, Nabila. Thank you very much for all those details. In fact, authorities have gone ahead with digging a parallel ditch, which is about 10 to 12 meters away, 10 to 12 feet, I beg your pardon, away from the Borewell, so that the structure of the Borewell is not affected. Now we'll try and get some more information from the authorities as to how far they've actually gone there, because as of now the new information we have received is that the boy is well alive. This is what sources tell us. They have seen hand movements when they sent a camera down there, and that's the visuals that you can see on the left of your television screen. Apart from that, they also have to decide now how will they go about with this rescue.
ಹೊಲ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಬರಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ರೀ ಹೊಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಕನ ಮಗ ಏನೈತಿ ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ತಳಾಕತ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಶೆಡ್ಡಿ ಗಾಡಿ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಹೊಲ ಒಟ್ಟು ಅಡ್ಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋರಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಾಯನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿ ಬಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಒಂದೇ ಬರ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎರಡನೇ ಬರ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಬಾ ನಾ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅತ್ತಾಗ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ರೀ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತಲೇ ನಾ ಕಾಬ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತ ಹಗರ್ಸ ಬರಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ರೀ ಅವ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರೋಲ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ತಟ್ಟು ಹೊಚ್ಚಿದ್ರಿ ರೀ ತಟ್ಟು ಹೊಸ ಅಂತಲೇ ಅದನ್ನೇನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನಟ್ಟು ನಾ ಕಬ್ಬು ನೋಡಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ರೀ ಅತ್ತಾಗ ರೀ ಆ ತಟ್ಟಿನ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಗಲ್ ಕಾಲಿಟ್ಟು ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿದ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನ ಅದು ಕೂಗಿದ್ರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಿಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ದು 2 ಬಲ್ ಮುಟ್ಟಿನಿ ರೀ 2 ಬಲ್ ಮುಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ದು ನಾವೇನು ಒಳಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆದ್ರಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಂತ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಏನತ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ತಾಸು ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಕೂಗಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ತಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ತಾಸು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರಾಮದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಆರಾಮದಿನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ರಿ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅವನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುಟ್ಟು ಬಾ ತನ್ನಕತ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಕರತಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಕಟ್ ಅವ್ರ 108 ಗತಿ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹಗ್ಗ ಪಗ್ಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ರಿ ಉಸಿರು ಕಟ್ಟಕತ್ರಿ ನಾ ಬಂದು ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಒಟ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸ್ಕೊತಿದ್ವಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ
ಏನೇನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ
ಒಳಗೆ ನಾನು ಆರಾಮಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬ ತನಕತ್ತಿದ್ರಿ
ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ದ
ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ತಾಸು ತನಕ ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ
ಆಮೇಲೆ
ಏನೈತ್ರಿ ಉಸಿಲೊಟ್ಟೆ ಗಿಡ್ಸಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ದು ಅಟ್ಟ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಕೇಳಕತ್ತಿರೋದು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಿಸಲಿಲ್ರಿ ಅಟ್ಟ ಹಾವು ಏನು ಕೇಳತ್ಲಿ ಹಾವು ಅಟ್ಟ ನಾವ್ರಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ತಾಸು ಏನೈತ್ರಿ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಯಾನ್ರಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪರು ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿಸ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಹಗ್ಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದ್ರಿ ಅವರು ರೀ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಗ್ಗ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂದ್ರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಗ್ಗ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಿಲ್ರಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಕೊಡಿಲ್ರಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನಾವು ಅದಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಅವ್ರು ಅವಳಿ ಕತೆ ಏನೈತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆತ್ರಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರು
ಒಟ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಲ ನಿನಗೆ ಹಗ್ಗ ಇದು ಬಾವಿ ತೋರ್ಸೋ ಖುಷಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಕುಣ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗಿ
ನನಗೆ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಐತಿ ಅವ್ನು ನನಗೆ ರೀ ಹ್ಞೂ ರೀ ನಾ ಕಬ್ಬು ನೋಡ್ಕೊತ ಹಗರ್ಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತ ಹೊಂಟಿದ್ರಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಬೈದಿಲ್ರಿ ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿತ್ತಾಗ್ರಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಷಿ ಬಾಣ ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ ಕರಿದ್ರಿ ನಾವು ಕಡೆ ಹೊಂಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ರೀ ಆ ತಟ್ಟಿನ ಮಗ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕಾಲಿಟ್ಟನ್ರಿ ಶಿಲ್ಪಗಳು ಬಿದ್ದಾನ್ರಿ ಹ್ಞೂ ರೀ ಅನಾಥ್ ಕೂಗಿದ್ರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾರಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಬಿದ್ದೀನಿ ರೀ ಹಿಂಗೆ 2 ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ಟ ಸಿಕ್ಕು ರೀ 2 ಬಟ್ ಸಿಗತ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಏನು ಹಾಸ್ಕೋದಿಲ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರಿ
ಒದ್ದೆ ಆಗಿತ್ನೆಲ್ಲ
ನೆಲ ವಾದ್ಯಾಗಿತ್ತು ರೀ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಮಳೆ ಅದು ಆಡ್ತ್ರಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಾಲು ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಆತ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೀ ನನ್ನ ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಇಲ್ರಿ ಅವ್ನು ಕಾಲು ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಆತಲ್ರಿ ಅವ್ನು ನೋಡಂತ ಪಾಟ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳಕ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ನಾ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅವ್ನು ಏಕದಮ್ರಿ ಈ ಕಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆತ್ರಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದೈತಿ ಅವ್ನು
ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತನ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ
ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ತಾಸು ಮಾತಾಡೋರಿ
ಬಿದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಳಗೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಲೆ ನೀವು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ
ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಕಾರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚೇನ್ರಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ರಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದಾನತ್ತೇನ್ರಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಏನು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ ಪಾಟ್ನ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಒಟ್ಟು ಅಂಜಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡತ್ತ ಹೇಳಿರಿ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡಬ್ಬರು ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚೇನ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಕೆಲಸ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹಗ್ಗ ಬಗ್ಗ ಮ್ಯಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಈ ಕಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾರಿಗೆ ಊರ ಮಂದಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರಂತ್ರಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆತ್ರಿ ಒಟ್ಟು ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಕಟ್ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ರಿ 108 ಗತಿ ಪೊಲೀಸರಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ರಿ
ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ
In fact, one of the relatives over there explained to us what really happened and how after the incident took place, he did speak for a while. He asked for his father and his mother, and then thereafter we told that they themselves did try to help him out by sending down a rope, but nothing much as such happened, and that's when they actually informed the police officials and the rescue personnel. Now, this is a shocking incident wherein a 6-year-old boy has fallen into a borewell in Sulikeri village in Bagalkot district's Badami Taluk. The boy has been identified as Timmana Hanumanta Hatti. The little boy was with his father at the farm. The incident occurred. In fact, now we know that it was not his father who was there with him. It was his cousin. He's been stuck at a depth of about between 140 and 160 feet. Now, just 15 days ago, this borewell was dug to a depth of about 300 feet by the authorities. Now, fire personnel and policemen are currently at the spot for the rescue operations. Now, if you all remember, just 1.5 months ago, 4-year-old Akshata, who tried escaping from a chasing dog, fell into a borewell in Bijapur. In fact, sources tell us now hand movements of the boy have been captured by cameras. A fire official was present at the spot had this to say.
ನಾವು 3:30ರಿಂದ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ 3 ಗಂಟೆಗೆಲ್ಲ 2:43 ಗಂಟೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಬಂತು ನಮಗೆ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಏನು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಏನೇನು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಸರ್? ಈಗ
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಡೀಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಾಧಾರಣ 160 to 180 ಫೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತು. ಅದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಆ ನಂತರ ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಕೈಗಳನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅವನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೈಗಳ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಜೀವಂತವಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಹುಡುಗ. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬೇಗನೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಲೈವ್ ಆಗಿ ತೆಗಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕರೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ?
ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಬ್ಬಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಿಜಾಪುರದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಗಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ರೆಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗಾಂದಿಂದನೂ ಒಂದು ಗಾಡಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕರೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ 2 ಗಾಡಿಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರೆಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ಇಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಆಸ್ಕಾ ಲೈಟು, ಬೆಳಕಿಗೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳು ಈ ಹಟ್ಟಿ, ಚಿನ್ನದ ಗಣಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ?
ಈಗ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಉಸ್ತುವಾರಿ ಸಚಿವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಶಾಸಕರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಏನು ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ರಕ್ಷಣಾ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
In fact, you heard what the fire force personnel over there had to say regarding the rescue operation. As of now, we are told that personnel from different stations, different districts have reached the spot in order to help the rescue personnel at Bagalkot to cope with this particular situation. They've all brought whatever equipment is necessary, right from lights to JCBs to machines. In fact, immediately when this incident took place and they were informed oxygen has been supplied. Well, in fact, we now have with us Dr. Kittur, the District Health Officer from Bagalkot. Dr. Kittur, we have seen the hand movements of this little boy. Can you tell us more about that?
Hello?
Yes, Doctor. Doctor, we have seen the hand movements of this little boy. Can you tell us more about that?
No, see, anyhow we are providing continuous oxygen, madam. It is below 120 feet away.
Okay.
See, these are now specialists from Hatti mines. They have come and they will continue the rescue operation now.
Okay.
Anyhow, we are giving oxygen, but we don't know what is the status of the baby right now.
All right. And what else can the doctors or the medical personnel do there apart from supplying oxygen? This is what people would want to know.
Right now, we can't do anything. Anyhow, the baby, we should leave the baby up, take the baby in intensity. The only thing we have to do is the continuous oxygen supply, ma'am.
Right, Doctor. Thank you very much for all that. In fact, he said that as of now, not much work can be done apart from supplying oxygen. But he also stated that officials from the Hatti gold mines have come there, and they are, as of now, surveying the area. They will actually inform along with the rescue personnel, decide as to what's the best way to do. But from the medical point of view, the maximum that the doctors or the medical personnel stationed over there can do is basically continue to supply oxygen to this little boy. The ambulance is on standby. All the specialists are present. So if they can actually get him out as fast as possible, medical services, in fact, all of them are present over there. The ambulance is ready to rush him to the nearest hospital. But as of now, officials, specialists from Hatti gold mines have reached the spot. In fact, from Raichur, we're told that they were informed immediately when this incident took place. It took them about 4.5 hours to reach the spot. They would be assisting the rescue personnel as to how to go about this rescue operation. Would it be best to actually try and pull him out directly using a robot from an individual whom the officials have requisitioned basically to come from Mandya with his special robot that has cameras fitted to this device with a robotic arm or would it be the traditional method of digging the parallel ditch and then a tunnel basically to try and reach him and get him out? So as of now, sources tell us that he is alive. They've seen hand movements. It's all about, from the medical point of view, supplying oxygen and waiting for the rescue personnel to actually go about with their work of trying to dig the parallel ditch as fast as possible.